What's it gonna be about? Dang! I get to fight in the living room. Can I throw any of these chairs? I could throw this. Wow. Wait, now watch this, bro. Weak ass punch. Leave Hurricane. What's I doing again? Oh yeah, that one guy. Gang leader.
I was just thinking of calling you, Yagamishi.
He wasn't.
I heard Kaito-san got stabbed at Siren.
Oh yeah.
Is that true, Yagami-san? What the hell happened?
Look,
I
promise I'll fill you in, but right now I really need Tsukumo's help.
With what?
I found a USB drive at Kawana's hideout. It was disguised to look like a lighter. We have to know what's on it.
So, Kaito-san was attacked by that Soma guy too?
Yeah, while we were chasing Kawana, Soma popped up and got him right in the gut. Almost got me too, to be honest.
You're saying one guy almost single-handedly took down the Yagami Detective Agency?
Because he
It's
jumped.
true.
He got the jump on us.
Right after, I got a call from Kawana's purported relative who wanted me to hand over the flash drive. Apparently, what's on it will tell us Kawana's true identity and goal.
When I open it, all I see is one data file.
Of what?
It's a video.
Virus.
I'll hit play once you guys are all ready. You good?
Damn, what's on there? I can't take the suspense.
You got a YouTube channel?
Let's make it full screen.
What's it gonna be about? Dang!
So did I. Come on, Mitsuru.
Oh, that's the dude that was in the photos.
Bitch. I told you to take it in the face. Alright, let's do it over again, okay?
They filming a karate thing. They're actually whooping his ass.
I'm gonna really fucking nail him this time.
Smile. Ready when you are.
Hey, get your ass back.
Dang, that used to be him.
Mitsuru, what did I just say about being a bitch? You asked for it. I'm gonna have to punish ya. Punishment! Punishment! Let's hear the punishment song, everybody! Punishment!
I thought he was gonna start sneezing.
Punishment! Get ready for Mitsuru-kun Strip Show!
Dang, that's sad.
Stop! You little shit, did you just kick me? Huh? Too late to get tough now, Mitsuru.
Dang. Man, like drunk.
Show us what you got.
Don't struggle now. We want to see. We gotta get this all on camera. Aw, isn't this just the most pathetic sight?
Oh shit, he's pissing himself.
Dang, bruh.
So nasty.
Disgusting. Oh, look at this shit.
Hey, that's a good defense mechanism though, but like, respect, respect. You gotta do what you gotta do. Start jumping, you gotta piss, man. You know what I mean? I know what I mean.
These little shits are the worst.
One of them said something about Mitsuru Kusumoto stripping?
Yeah, he was Sawa-sensei's classmate. 13 years ago,
Oh, I thought that was the
jumped off
other guy.
roof of Kurokawa Academy.
He's Reiko Kusumoto's son, right? Vice Minister of the Health Ministry? 30 years old and still in a coma. It seems we've stumbled on private video footage of Mitsuru Kusumoto being bullied.
And it was on Kawana-san's secret flash drive? Why would he have this?
I don't know. But his uncle said it's our lead to Kawana's real identity and motivation.
Just a moment. This
See one of
frame
them?
gives us a good look at the key players' faces. Why don't we try gleaning what we can from
Alright,
it?
I'm gonna look at the dude on the left.
Sounds
Watch.
good.
It's gonna be the guy from
Let's
the
dig
photo.
in.
This guy.
Suspicious.
This man.
If I'm not mistaken, Shinya Kawai was the bully whose name got out to the public.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
RK was hunting for him. I have no doubt the guy in the picture they showed me is the same guy in this video. Once RK came to the conclusion Kawai had been murdered, they came here to Ijincho, hunting down Kawana for whatever reason.
See the one recording?
This girl recording the bullying on her cell phone.
Someone said her name in the video. Suzuki.
There's another familiar face. So it all comes circling back to her, huh?
Right. This Suzuki girl has a different name now.
Oh, the other girl. Yui Mommy. This one, right?
Yui Mamiya, the victim in the Ahara harassment case. Suzuki was her last name before getting married. Sawa-sensei also told me that Mitsuru Kusamoto and Mamiya were classmates 13 years ago.
Yep. So we're looking at Yui Mamiya in high school.
Mamiya-san, huh? What's she like underneath it all?
Originally, word got around that Shinya Kawai was the one bullying Mitsuru Kusamoto. After watching this, though, the truth of the matter doesn't quite line up. There were really about 10 bullies involved at the time, and Yui Mamiya was one of them.
Yeah. If this video got leaked, Mamiya and the other students in it would be in deep shit. They're living out their lives like nothing happened, despite being the ones who drove a kid into a coma.
Dang.
If word got out, they'd be crucified by the public.
And who else? Them?
This guy's face is familiar somehow.
Oh, I don't think I've seen him.
I don't know him either. Who is he?
I think I remember him. I saw him at the crime scene where
Oh.
Mikoshiba's body was.
Oh, yeah.
He was with more Kurokawa grads. He showed his ID to the Kanagawa detective. I think his name was Akaike.
That gives us an interesting perspective. All the people in this bullying video seem to keep popping up around our case.
Yeah. But the real question is, why was Kawana the one with the video?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Hey.
That's why jumping out of school.
I feel bad for Mitsuru-kun. No one helped him, even with everything he was going through.
13 years ago, his mother was still just some nobody working at the Ministry of Health. She seems to have split with her husband and looks after her son on her own now. I don't know all the details, though.
Hey, crazy theory, but what if this husband she left was actually Kawana-san? And maybe he recorded this to secretly check on his son.
No, Kawana doesn't look like he could have a 30-year-old kid. Let's look for other possibilities.
What the?
September 17th, 13 years ago. It's past 4 p.m., so this would be after school.
Oh, wait, this is...
Got something?
I just cross-referenced the date Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped.
Dang, he fast.
September 17th.
Oh shit.
That can only mean this
Dang.
video was recorded very shortly before his suicide attempt.
Oh, I got everything? Alright.
The video may have provided some interesting connections, but we still don't have that crucial link. The link being the reason Kawana-san came to possess this, of course.
Yeah, why?
Right. Kawana's either the one who recorded it himself, or is at least a recipient of the video from the original witness.
Kawana-san and Sawa-sensei knew each other somehow, right? Well, then, maybe Sawa-sensei recorded it 13 years ago, and then had Kawana-san look into it, as one of his handyman requests.
It's possible, but it just feels off.
Why's that?
Because of what Siren's owner said to me.
Okay.
You'll understand once you see what's on the lighter. Both Kawana-kun's past and his purpose.
He said we'll know Kawana's true identity once we watch the video. But that hasn't been the case so far.
Yeah. What identity could we draw from a secret recording of some bullies?
Assuming Kawana's in his early 40s, he would have been about 30 13 years ago. What if he was a school teacher of the students in the video?
In that case, we should consult the yearbook Segura-shi brought back. The one that was in Sawa-sensei's room? You still have yet to look through it.
That's right. Let me go get it.
The way you're talking, I assume you've already taken a peek?
We have, but unfortunately we didn't find Kawana-san's face among the teachers.
This is the page for Mitsuru Kusumoto's class. Both Sawa-sensei and Mamiya are there too.
So the homeroom teacher was this guy.
Apparently he witnessed bullies harassing Mitsuru multiple times, yet he would overlook it. All he did was smile and tell them not to overdo it.
Wow.
It's not Kawana. This is someone else.
We checked the rest of the
How old
teachers
is
too,
him?
but never spotted Kawana-san.
Dang, I can't even talk.
Mitsuru Kusumoto. This picture doesn't look like it was shot for a yearbook.
Correct. He was most likely already in a coma when photo time rolled around.
Alright. Pictures are taken after that, okay.
Sawa-sensei isn't smiling at all in this.
Huh. She did mention she blew off her class reunion. In fact, she hadn't kept in touch with her classmates at all.
No surprise there. Mitsuru-kun would be bound to come up at some point.
This is Yui Suzuki. She's definitely one of the girls in the video.
Still a clean
And
name.
another classmate involved with Mitsuru Kusumoto.
Seems like a bunch of the students on this page were in the video, huh?
Yeah, but I can't find Shinya Kawai in here.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. He's not in there.
So he wasn't in that class?
If
What?
I'm not mistaken, Kawai left the school once he started catching flack for being Mitsuru-kun's bully. At least, that's what I read online. No real evidence yet, but it definitely sounds like how it would have played out.
But the truth is, there were more bullies who should have seen consequences besides Kawai.
That's true. I don't know what to look for, but I want to teach it and look the other way and tell him not to overdo it. That's all I needed?
The worst part is that his teacher knew. He even talked to the bullies about it, but all he said was, "Don't overdo it." But afterward, the public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job.
Hold on. If he was dismissed,
You figure something out?
the homeroom teacher at the time of the incident did take some flack. He got forced
So
out
there
of
was a new
teaching.
teacher that came in?
Yeah? What of it?
If that's the case, couldn't this teacher in the yearbook just be filling in for the other one?
I see. That definitely sounds likely. Let me search for the original teacher's name. There's a chance he won't be the same guy in the yearbook. Just give me a
Kitakata.
sec.
Watch is going to say Kitakata. Watch. Isn't that what his true name was? Kitakata?
Yagamishi, I found it. The name of Mitsuru Kusumoto's former homeroom teacher. You were right. It wasn't the same teacher in the
Oh.
yearbook. This one's name is Yu Kitakata.
Kitakata?
Ooh.
Huh? Don't tell me that's...
His real name's Kitakata. Ring any bells?
That's Kawana's real name. Soma said it to me once.
So, Kuwana-san was the original
How old
homeroom
is he?
teacher?
I just found a picture. This is Kitakata-sensei from 13 years ago.
It's Kawana.
I don't even look like
That's
him.
him, all right.
Yeah. Not only that, Sawa-sensei was part of this class, which makes Kawana her homeroom teacher too. This is the link we've been looking for.
He does not look like... He look young.
Everything is clicked into place.
So, 13 years ago, Yu Kitakata left teaching behind after Mitsuru-kun's incident and became Kawana the handyman. That's what made him turn to his uncle at Siren for help. He told me Kawana tried really hard to make it in the underground. Had some good reason for it.
For living a life in the shadows? What could that have been?
Well, I stopped teaching because a student attempted suicide. What did he go for? To get revenge?
To get revenge on the bullies. Maybe Kawana blames the fact that he had to quit teaching on the bullies who caused it to happen. Then, maybe all his hatred got aimed at Shinya Kawai?
Possible. He was abducted 5 years ago by individuals thought to be his acquaintances.
You think one of them was Kawana-san?
I wouldn't rule it out. RK might have learned of Kawana's involvement while searching for Kawai. Maybe they came to a Jinsho so they could get details on the incident from him?
Yes, that would explain RK's arrival in town as well.
Hold up. Individuals who were his acquaintances? Meaning more people besides Kawana-san, right? Could that mean?
You got it.
What? I'm not paying attention that much. I knew Kawhi somehow the evidence we got so far give us a clue. Evidence we got so far, who knew Kawhi? Sawa?
Our clue is right in here.
Is it?
It is?
Really?
My bad. So is it just this?
We already know this.
Oh. The students in the video?
Individuals acquainted with Kawai. They certainly fit the bill.
But why would they wind up abducting him?
Huh. Maybe Kawana asked for their help? No. He forced them to.
What makes you say that?
Well, Kawana had this on a secret flash drive, right?
Oh,
But to anyone in this video, it would be their worst nightmare for it to show up now.
true.
If it did, they'd be busted as bullies who drove a high school kid to suicide.
Yeah, it'd be a real disaster for them if that got out. They'd probably be done for in the public eye.
Which means this video is Kawana's leverage. It's how he got them to go after Kawai.
You think this is enough leverage to drive people to murder, though? Kawhi was killed, right?
RK is the only one saying Kawai was murdered. No body's been recovered yet.
Okay, hang on. I'm barely keeping up with this.
They're lying.
It's a bunch of what-ifs stacked on top of each other. But there is somebody who could potentially confirm this.
Who'd that be?
Someone in the video. Mamiya, for example. I've met with her at her home. If she was involved with Kawai's abduction, she could probably tell us what we want to know.
I agree. Yagamishi's provided a
Oh, yeah,
working
we could
theory
blackmail her
that
with
ties
this
together the
video.
Kamurocho and Ijincho incidents. So if we can get Yui Mamiya to corroborate this, we should be able to extract even more information from her. Perhaps even including Kawana-san's whereabouts.
Yeah. Looks like he hasn't given us the slip just yet.
Man, what the hell is that guy's deal?
Mikoshiba and Sawa-sensei's murders, Ahara's alibi, Kawai's disappearance. Kawana's most likely tied to everything. We'll get all the answers we need if we can find him.
And I guess this is bringing us that much closer?
Hopefully. I should go see Yui Mamiya tomorrow.
You should accompany him, Sugiurashi. Considering we seem to be kicking the investigation into high gear, with Kaito-san out of commission, I'm sure Yagamishi could use a helping hand.
He barely
I'll be
gonna
fine
help.
right here.
Your call, Tsukumo-kun. I'm cool with whatever.
Thanks for lending him out, Tsukumo. I'll make sure he comes back in one piece.
Hey, don't underestimate him as a party member. He can hold his own if you let him.
Let's see if he actually helps. Let me save. You know what I gotta do? I always gotta save. It's a
You
hospital
know how they
bed?
say your life
Oh.
flashes before your eyes when you're dying? That shit's real talk.
You saw it all, huh?
Yeah. There I am, bleeding out. And suddenly I'm getting the 3rd degree from Matsugane-san. Back when I was still just a rookie. Captain Hamura stares me down like, time to lose that pinky. And then, Higashi starts crying for me. Oh, if I'm gonna go, I ought to get a better final scene than that shit, right? Right?
I'm sure it'll be rosier when the time comes for real. Glad you pulled through, man.
That bastard Soma, though. Next time, he's fucked. We could have avenged Sawa-sensei if it weren't for that stupid ambush.
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cops a statement, so I did. With a generous side of bullshit.
That'll get you busted, you know.
I'm joking. All I said was the truth. That I got knifed by the same twisted fuck who got Sawa-sensei.
In that case, it's only a matter of time until Soma's arrested. So for now, we'll go after
He gonna get out of
Kuwana,
it somehow.
the piece that ties it all together. We just have to find him before RK does.
Kuwana, huh?
And they even got nose crushed on this game.
He's on my shit list too, just so you know.
Huh?
Kuwana must have had some sort of agenda back when he first met us. In fact, it's probably because you were looking into Mikoshiba. He palled around with me all because of that. I'm just a sucker of the agency, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Still. The moment an ass for me to kick turns up, this is the shape I'm in.
Just focus on getting better. Tsukuma will stop by later, too.
What? Sugiura gonna give me the cold shoulder?
He and I are off to question Mamiya. He said he'd drive us from Ijincho and everything.
Oh, he got a car. Bro, there's so much talking in this one. Oh my! Let me fight. Hey, about Yogama 99. Okay. Where is it at? Give me the taxi. I'm still kind of drunk. Oh, snap. Oh, dang, that was fast. I forgot I got the PS5 loading times. I don't need these. Alright.
So
Let's
we
go.
off to see Mamiya? I'm ready whenever you are.
Let's go interrogate.
Let's go.
All right, let's do this. If your theory is accurate, then Mamiya was involved in both Kawai and Mikoshiba's murders. And even if that's off, we can at least learn more about Kuwana-san as a teacher.
That thing sound creaky. Really be feeling like a detective movie. Because I don't get to play that much.
Yes?
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Genda Law the other day.
Not again.
I have just a few more questions I'd like to ask you.
You told me the last visit would be your only one. Seriously, why do you keep showing up here uninvited? Please, just leave me alone.
Oh,
I suppose
blackmail.
I should mention, I'm here today as a detective, not a lawyer.
So what?
And my partner here is Sugiura. He's with an agency called Yokohama 99.
Never heard of him.
Dang.
He's based in Ijincho. He's working a case. Maybe you saw it on the news? The murder of Seiryo High teacher Yokosawa, killed in her own apartment. You and Sawa-san were classmates in high school, is that correct? After leaving Kurokawa 13 years ago, Sawa-san moved to Ijincho to teach. Are you still there?
What is it you want? I haven't seen Yoko-chan since graduation. Now go. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. I ran into him at Sawa-sensei's home right before the murder. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurokawa, but resigned after the Mitsuru Kusamoto incident. Just like you, he appears to be connected to Sawa-san.
So why am I being singled out? Can't you just ask someone else?
Believe me, it's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in all this. You two weren't necessarily on bad terms, were you?
If I had to say, we weren't on the best terms either.
Ah, how convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to hear more about as well.
My husband will be home soon. Can you keep it quick?
I'll give it my best shot.
Nah.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing us out.
Hold on just a
Did
moment.
not help. Then he bust in with the blackmail.
Huh. Wonder what's going on. You don't think she bolted, do you?
She getting her gun or something.
Wouldn't count on it.
Should we ring again?
She trying to escape? That's what I'm thinking. Wait, don't she got a kid?
Sorry to keep
Finally,
you waiting.
bruh.
I just wanted to clean up a little.
She's hiding somebody. She has to be hiding somebody. Gotta be.
Is your son home today?
He's at English school right now. I have to pick him up soon.
That's the thing.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that? You said he'd be home soon, right?
Excuse me, but you are in no place to make those kinds of comments.
Sorry. Didn't mean to pry.
Well, what is it you want to ask?
Blackmail.
Have you been in contact with Kitakata-sensei lately?
I haven't. He's someone I'd rather not have in my life.
Okay.
Are you surprised that he stayed in Ijincho after resigning from the school?
No, not really.
How about the fact that now he's using an alias?
I had no clue. But again, he has nothing to do with me.
None of it seems to phase her. Go there, then there.
Do you remember Mitsuru Kusumoto?
Yes, we were classmates in high school.
He jumped off the school's roof after his classmate Shinya Kawai bullied him. I hear
Along
he's
with
still
her.
in a coma, 13 years later.
Weren't you going to ask me about Yoko-chan?
Hell no.
I was.
I was lying.
But there seemed to be an awful lot of Kurokawa graduates surrounding this case. And strangely enough, they were all in your class. Kitakata-sensei being the prime example, as well as a guy named Akaike-san. Remember him?
Akaike.
Well, you're right. We were in the same class.
And would you say you're all familiar with Mitsuru Kusumoto's situation?
Yes, but that's not a warm memory for any of us.
I understand. I'm sure it's not.
Alright, decent start. It was orchestrated.
The groping was orchestrated, right?
Excuse you?
When Akihiro Ihara grabbed you on the train, you were in on that, weren't you?
Yeah.
The whole thing was a conspiracy, staged to play out as it did.
On
You need to leave. Right now.
Hell no.
Dude, what gives?
No one would even think to consider a predator and his victim could be accomplices. It's unheard of.
That music mean?
But if it was to
Dang, can I
establish a
talk?
murder alibi,
That music mean I'm getting down to it.
considering how much light
I'm getting to the bottom of it.
That way, Ihara got away with killing Mikoshiba, paying only a fraction of the price. But as luck would have it, proving it is going to require you to cooperate with us now.
If you don't get up this second, I am calling the police. I mean it.
It took me quite a long time to figure out how you and Ihara were connected. But once I learned Yokosawa attended Kurokawa, it all started falling into place. She was in your homeroom class. She looked after Toshiro Ihara. She was the link to everyone. But just before I could ask her about any of this, she was murdered by a Kamurocho gang. That same gang has been hunting your old teacher, Kitakata-sensei.
What is it you want from me?
Lamia-san, do you have any idea where Kitakata-sensei could be? He may be
Tell
Koana
me.
the handyman, but he hasn't answered his work line since Sawa-san's murder.
I don't know. He was my teacher a decade ago. I barely remember his face.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kitakata-sensei still remembers yours. I'll prove it right now.
Oh, God.
Let me get that proof. Bow. Bow.
See for yourself.
No.
This was recorded at Kurokawa Academy 13 years ago.
Damn.
Feeling nostalgic yet?
I'd rather just slam the door.
It was well hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen. The most interesting part is the date. It's the very same day Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped off the school roof. And hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering right along with the other bullies.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this, would we?
Has this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
Please. Please delete it.
Then we're gonna say yeah.
Considering the angle, I get the feeling that this was recorded in secret. And based on your reaction, did you even know it existed?
Defeated.
You know what happened to Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame. Well, sorta, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still, you all just moved right along with your lives. You've even got happy little families. What? Are you expecting someone?
What?
Mamiya-san?
She's calling a hitman or something?
Well, I knew it would happen someday.
What? What is she doing? Hold on. Who that? What is that, a SWAT? Oh. What is...
Looks like she wanted some company.
She had them on speed dial. Is that who she was hiding? Let me see if I remember how to fight on this. I get to fight in the living room. Can I throw any of these chairs? I could throw this. Bow. Who can I throw this? Bow. Hey, hold up. Let me throw all this stuff. Hold up. Let me. Dang. You dudes suck. Let me see him get him. Oh. They don't hit me. Never mind. Oh. Ooh. See that Jew? Alright. But that was a weak fight, bro. I've been wanting to fight this whole time. See over there in the corner. Dang, look at his neck, bro.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
Who under the mask?
And would you look at that? Our old friend Akaike-san showed up to play a part.
Oh. So it's
so
just
you
them.
are all working together.
That's evidence. Take pictures,
What
bro.
should we
Take
do with
pictures.
them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun, right?
Break every finger on their hand, it still won't make you even. Come on, they may have more on the way. I have an old haunt in mind we move this to.
I would have went on live with it.
With.
Instagram live.
Huh?
Let's not cause a scene, okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
Dang. Like a boss. You know what I mean? You playing video games now? Oh, it's that dude.
You think this is your personal jail, Yagami? What makes you think you can keep bringing captives here?
Well, it's the safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be such a reliable friend?
Yeah, Higashi, be cool. We won't be around long.
Be cool? You think time's the issue? This is about respect, man.
What's your call? We kicking him out?
Oh, quick bit of
That
news,
dude.
Higashi-san. Kaito-san got shanked in Yokohama.
What? What the fuck? Kaito Aniki? By who?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce you to Mamiya-san first. She called up her friends to come after us just a little bit ago.
Yeah. And I'd do it again.
Wow.
I don't give a shit about that. What happened to Aniki? You better have paid him back already, Yagami. Fuck those RK assholes. And how could Aniki have let him get to him like that?
Now that Higashi-san's up to
Aniki.
speed, should we get to it? I imagine Mamiya-san doesn't want to drag this out.
What do you intend to do with me?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll decide how to deal with you afterward.
Torture. Alright, let me save that. Give me that. Hold on a moment. One moment. Bro, I want to get into more fights, bro. There's no fights.
Then let's get this over.
Let's start with the video. Any thoughts you'd care to share? I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I say, Kawana's. I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies too?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for it? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat on it so long until way after graduating.
Why exactly did he sit on it for so long?
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he could teach us for the rest of our lives.
Dang, ultimate blackmail.
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been hard for us then. After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in compensation for damages.
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. At most we would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some flack, but people would chalk it up to kids and their cliques and move on. But that's only how it would have gone if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world sees that tape now, I'll lose it all.
Will they really fire her?
And what do you think would happen to my son? The son of a woman who drove a kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined.
Dang. Don't cry about it.
That recording is more than kids being cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night and is still in a coma today.
I get it. You have that much more to lose now than when you were a kid.
Same for all my classmates. Kurokawa Academy is a prestigious school, after all. Most graduates go off to great universities and land high-paying jobs. One started his own company.
And they're all in your position too, huh? If that video gets out, they lose everything.
Exactly. Do you get it now? He waited for all of us to get what we wanted in life, just so he could threaten to take it all away.
He's a savage.
And when that time came,
Respect.
He started contacting us. Every student you see in that video.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
5 years ago. I was out on a walk with my son.
Dang.
When he came strolling up out of the blue. At first, I barely recognized him. His eyes were so hollow. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone and played that video. He's a psychopath.
Well, all you kids tormenting Mitsuru looked pretty psychopathic to me.
For real.
And you're so perfect. An angel who never once acted out of line.
Not that much out of line.
Never lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the group to shut someone out. Everyone does it. We were just lucky enough to have some creep tape us, picking on some kid who couldn't take it. Why did this have to happen to me?
I'd say it's because bad things happen to bad people. You'll sling your
Bars.
barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it, you curl up and play victim.
Dang.
You said it was 5
Stun
years
damage
ago
on her.
that Kawana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki-sensei was looking into.
What?
There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai. Something about him getting snatched off the streets about 5 years back.
What was that?
Then it was you guys. You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho and murdered him.
No, it wasn't us. We could never do something like that.
Wasn't us, huh? So you're not denying he was murdered after all? Who was it then?
All Sensei told us was to find Kawai somewhere in Kamurocho and bring him back with us, no matter what it took.
Did Kawana tell you what he wanted with him?
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness. Is all he said. And if we refused, he'd leak the video. So we all went to see Kawhi, but he wanted nothing to do with Sensei, considering he'd cost him everything. That came as no surprise.
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes. So we had to force him into our van. After he put up a fight.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local eyewitnesses said. So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. And that's where we begged for forgiveness. After that, he said we were free to go. All except Kawhi.
So you left him there alone with Kawana?
We had to. The day after, I got a message on my phone from Sensei.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video. It was of all of us, pushing Kawhi into the van.
Dang.
Turns out he recorded what we did in the city. You can
Hey,
see
he a
all of our
mastermind.
faces so clearly. How we covered Kawhi's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction. As I was watching it the first time, another message came in. This time, a picture. When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when I knew I would never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawhi. Dead. Anyone who saw those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
Since then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare refuse him.
He's giving you orders?
That man! He forces us to help him.
With what? Don't get cut off.
He makes us accomplices to
What?
Murder?
What the hell? Murder who, exactly?
Any bullies involved in suicides. That's who Sensei's got it in for. Anyone he could find across the country.
Dang.
He doesn't even care how old the case is. If a student commits suicide, and bullying is suspected as the cause, he'll turn up. As far as I know, counting Kawhi, I think he's killed at least 7 people.
Dang.
7? How's he doing this?
Oh my gosh, my
So
phone.
his idea of justice is killing bullies? Across the entire country?
He said that's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always face justice. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep getting our hands dirty. That way, we might be able to save the next few Mitsurus before it's too late for them.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Dang.
Yeah, let's not.
So was the murder of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda? We know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kawana let Ihara murder him, and how you found your role in establishing his alibi.
Not just me. Grabbing Mikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down. And even the ones who filmed it, they were working for
I knew it.
Sensei.
I knew
So
it.
that's how it went down.
We had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't directly take part in any killing. He just makes us his accomplices somehow. Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body. But the one thing we can't ever do is turn him down. If we do, he'll send his video of us abducting Kawhi to the police. And then Kawhi's body will turn up with our fingerprints all over his corpse. And we know that because he's hidden Kawhi's corpse in a freezer somewhere.
Dang.
He's preserving one of his murder victims?
So as long as he has that, you're wrapped around his finger.
Sounds to me like Kawana's had one thing on his mind for 13 years. Sitting on that video and becoming an Ijincho handyman was all in service of his real motive.
Where he learned
Killing
them
off
fighting
bullies.
abilities from?
He's dragged all his former
I'm pretty sure he
students
was
into this
levitating.
hell, until the day it destroys every single one of you.
Is today that day?
We'll see. I'm still curious about a few things, though, if you don't mind.
What?
There are these scumbags chasing down Kawana called RK. What part did they play? Strangely enough, they never came up once during your confession. So tell me, Why'd they come for Yokosawa?
Yeah, why?
That I don't know for certain.
Yeah.
But Sensei did reach out to Yoko-chan about 6 months ago over the phone. He was asking her about the suicide at Serio High.
The suicide at Serio High. You must be talking about Toshiro.
You gotta be
at
hot in
home.
all them layers, bro.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? That the school wasn't responsible. But Yoko-chan was a teacher there, and Sensei was able to get the truth out of her.
How'd he do that? What did he say?
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers dealing with students attempting suicide. I think that's why she let her guard down and told them everything. After learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be held accountable.
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved? And none of this would be happening in Ijincho?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei didn't know Kawana's identity or his objectives. She thought she was just talking through her problems with a sympathetic ex-teacher. At the very least, she sure as hell didn't deserve to die for that.
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
Oh, my control's vibrating. Is it Sukumo?
Who is it?
Block number.
What?
Hello?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
No.
Kawana?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone. But you have to let Mamiya go in exchange.
What?
All right.
Okay.
She's free as soon as I see you.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office. I thought I'd let myself
You broken in my crib?
What?
Gotta say, this chair's pretty comfy.
Pretty sure I locked up behind me when I left.
Breaking and entering?
Listen, I'll
Breaking
only
and
meet
entering?
you alone. No one else. And don't make me wait long, or I could change my mind.
He told me to meet him alone. You can let Mommy...
You gonna be
Let me go, let me go, let me go.
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san's with us. I'm guessing he was watching us from somewhere. And I can't afford to do anything that would piss him off enough to make him disappear.
Got it.
No. We'll take care of this end of it.
Excellent, let me save. Let me go fight him. Dang, they playing games loud as hell behind me. Alright, let me see. Is he really breaking in my house? Let me see. He better not try to ambush me. He's sitting in my...
Hope you don't mind I let myself in. Now are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
Release
I'm
her.
with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? Maybe it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart.
You're a murderer.
How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you.
For real.
So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana.
Tell me.
Was it because of you?
Vengeance.
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman. You and I are the same. We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
I don't kill people though.
Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing. I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting. So I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah. I guess that's what I did. I was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind? She asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru.
Dang.
She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there.
So you wanna fight
I'm
me?
not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds.
You got coffee too?
But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it?
Bro, they're doing
Unfortunately, by the
WWE
time
moves
I
on him,
picked
bro. They
up the
drop kicked
camera
him.
and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What
Damn.
happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawai started it. It wasn't our idea, they said.
Dang.
To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawai forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding, so the people held culpable were Kawai and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far. You put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusamoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it, but I suppose I should explain from the beginning. 4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student at Seiryo High School? Toshiro Ehara.
Yeah.
When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death.
Oh, she was right.
She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you.
Of
Dang.
course.
All
A
at the same
detective
time.
already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
Why his head do that?
The police are a pain in the ass. But when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although,
You finna jump out the window?
Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Liu to step
he did all that?
But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know.
Yui Mamiya.
Yui Mamiya.
I knew it.
They hadn't seen each other in 13 years. Sawa-kun had no idea.
The lady in the sunglasses. Yui Mamiya was involved in that too?
I've been in the officer.
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah. Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawa-kun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? That doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawa-kun, no. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why did
Why does he have a little blood right there? Somebody just like bop her?
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest. I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
So is he an ally?
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san.
Who that?
You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now. That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out. While you still can.
Oh, he is gonna jump to the window.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
Wow.
I wouldn't count on that.
Am I about to chase him? I tried to end the video, bro. Golly. Oh my gosh.
Hold up.
This whole section has been heck long. Why is he running towards the crowds? Dang. Bah. Can I kick it again? Nope. Bro, how is he so fast? Bro, I've been doing everything correctly. How is he this fast? Alright. Why did I need to do that? Oh, no. Bro, how much am I gonna have to do this for? Is it because I put it on the hardest mode? We're gonna do like 3 laps? Oh. I pressed left. I'm dumb. Man. Why? Everything's going bad. For real, I was literally right next to it. Don't tell me he's gonna get away, bro.
You won't get away.
Where is he? Oh, he finally tired. Nice. Come here. Dang. Well, like face full of concrete, bro. I'm just a super soldier.
Yeah. Catch you later.
For real? You're lying.
Get back here.
What the? Where'd he go?
He get away, or is he gonna try to jump me?
Kawana!
Dang, he should have just stayed hidden. Oh. I just knocked him out.
You guys again. You really need the masks? Come on, Kurokawa kids.
Is that gonna be their group name?
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kawana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens when he spills everything? Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
For real, bro. He better like, please.
You'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akaike?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me, Sensei!
Bruh.
I know. I'll be the one to finish it. You just knock him out.
Okay then.
Wait, he's talking about killing me?
Time to learn your lesson!
Bro, shut up, Skip. Let me whoop him.
What kind of lesson?
They all got the same. Let me disarm that dude first. All disarm. You serious? Get weaved. Excellent. I'm disarming all of them. Bro, get this dude off of me, bro. You dying first. Excellent. You want some too, boy? Bow. Bow. Hit him with that primary loaded. No, what's it called? Leave hurricane. Watch this, bro. Oh, never mind. Watch this. Hit him with that leave hurricane. Wait, now watch this, bro. Weak ass punch. Leave hurricane. Oh. Okay, leave hurricane. Bah. Excellent. Spin off on him.
Kawana?
I would have just kept following him, bro.
Oh, no.
Not like they're all that stamina. He knew I was gonna win. Gotta interrogate this fellow. Oh my! If she knocks me out, bruh. Okay, good.
Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san.
Knock her out.
Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?
Should have done that. An excellent time to stop.